What is up, all my kaiju friends and fans? This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room here in Greater Cincinnati. In this video, I want to do a look at a figure I just got late last week. It is the Gamera 1999 Battle Damage version, 25 centimeter RIC exclusive figure. Got released actually back like in February, I think. February or March or April. I'm sorry, April, I believe. And it's been stuck in shipping limbo since April 23rd until last week because of all the craziness of the virus and stuff. First thing I'll do is bring forth the box, and let's do that right now. And here is the box, everybody. I always like these 25 centimeter Gamera boxes. They do them up real nice. A big full open window on the front. Can really see the figure nicely when it's inside this. It's really cool. I like these boxes. All the Gamera 25 centimeters that I know of, they come in a box just like this. Be interested to see if Iris comes in a box like this. I have a feeling that one will probably be in more of a cardboard protected box. But yeah, they're pretty cool boxes. I do enjoy the Gamera boxes. Of course, it says Gamera and all this down here, and then the DIA symbol and all that. It's pretty cool. Pretty nice box, X Plus, and down here in the corner. All right, let's bring forth the star of the show, Gamera 1999. Let's do that right now. And here he is, everyone. Gamera 1999 from the epic and iconic film Gamera 3, The Revenge of Iris, the last of the Gamera Heisei films. Very awesome film. It is probably my favorite film of the Gamera Heisei movies. It's a very climactic movie at the end of it and everything, and this is also probably my favorite version of Gamera 99. He just looks more fierce and more fearful, more frightening, more intimidating. This Gamera, in my opinion, he looks more along that line than any of the other versions of Gamera. The 95 and the 96, to me, it's a good version of Gamera, but they look more childish kind of in a little way, especially in the head and face and everything. But this one here really, I love this version of Gamera. He just looks more fierce. He acts more fierce. In the movie, of course, his first fight with the Gauss at the beginning of the film, he has that attack in the city. How many people does Gamera kill there? Many people, and he just doesn't, even acknowledge nothing like that. He's too busy worrying about killing all the gals. So, this Gamera is very fierce, very intimidating, very cool looking too. I love the design of this Gamera. It is probably my favorite Gamera design to date, which was the last one, ironically, Gamera 1999. But the movie's great. I love the movie. I love the storyline in the movie. The little girl hates Gamera, wants revenge on Gamera because he inadvertently killed his family in 1995 when he was battling Gauss and all that. Then the little girl is suffering and anguishing and missing her family, and she hates Gamera, wants revenge on him. And then they find the little egg in the cave, locked up cave. That happens to be the Iris, the kaiju known as Iris in the movie. I'm not a big fan of Iris. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Just doesn't really do much for me. But I still like the movie though, which is kind of weird, I guess. But Iris is born out of this like egg pod type thing, and the little girl kind of has an attachment to Iris, and then If you've seen the movie, you know what happens from there. Iris grows bigger and bigger and consumes her, and tries to consume her once, and the little boy saves her. And then Iris grows really big then, Gamera size then, really huge, and goes into the populated city area and starts attacking the city. And all along, Gamera's chasing Iris and trying to battle, and then comes down to the battle at the end, in like the train station, I believe. And Gamera, it's a very bloody battle, very violent battle with Iris. And Iris at that point had reconsumed the little girl inside of Iris, and Gamera managed to save her, rip her out, tearing out Iris's insides. Very gory, gruesome scene in the film. He saves the little girl, gets her out from Iris's clutches, and destroys Iris in the process. It's just very bloody, violent fight at the end. And also Iris impales Gamera with his huge spear-like hand thing, and pierces him, and this figure has that. And then he also impales Gamera's hand into the building, and Gamera blows his hand off with this flame in order to set himself free so he can continue to fight on. It's a very epic fight, very great kaiju movie, great kaiju fight in the film. I like the story in the movie, the little girl trying to enact revenge on Gamera, and Iris using her anger and want for revenge, consuming her, and then taking that into battle with Gamera. At least that's the way I took it. But Gamera does defeat Iris at the end, and at the end of the film, it kind of like, to me, it was kind of like a cliffhanger. All the gals are heading for Japan, where Gamera is. Gamera is badly wounded, but he's still going. That's the thing about Gamera. He takes a licking and keeps on ticking all through all the movies. I mean, he gets wounded heavily a lot in the films, if you think about it. The Showa era films and the Heisei era films, he really does take a licking, but he just keeps on fighting. That's what I love about Gamera. He is very tough kaiju. But and at the end of the film, like I said, the gals are all heading for Japan to I guess to try to take down Gamera, and the city's on fire and Gamera's roaring, and it kind of ends right there. And it's the end of the Heisei movies, Gamera series, end of the Gamera films and altogether. I do wish that somehow Gamera would make a comeback. It'd be pretty cool, I think, if he was in another film, some more Gamera films, because I just always loved Gamera. I mean, I know some people think he's second fiddle to Godzilla, and he probably in some respects is, because he was recreated in response to Godzilla. But those Gamera films, there's a lot of really good Gamera films. My favorite film of all time is Gamera versus Baragon from 1966. Gamera versus Gauss the very next year, 1967, is very good. Some of the later Showa movies got kind of goofy and silly, but overall, all three of the Heisei movies are really excellent. Very, very, very well done. There's a lot of good. All three of the Heisei movies, the two Showa movies I mentioned, the original movie with the original Gamera movie, very, very good movie. So Gamera has a pretty good pantheon of movies, and I think there's 11, if I'm not mistaken, Gamera films, and there's a wide range of stuff in them, from kiddie stuff to just full-on kaiju action, and it's great stuff. But I know Gamera's looked at as somewhat of a knockoff from Godzilla, but I don't look at Gamera like that, because he's unique to his own characteristics and fighting style, and he can fly, and he can blow fire, and he's very tough and takes a beating literally almost in every movie, man. He's bleeding in some form, it seems like, from Baragon. It's just crazy, like how much damage that Gamera's taken over the years in this film, but he just keeps going. Very tough kaiju. I love Gamera. To me, he's one of the big three. Godzilla, Kong, and Gamera are the big three, in my opinion, always will be. I do wish and hope that one day we see some more Gamera films. That would be really nice to see that. This figure, of course, X Plus. Like I said, it shipped in April 23rd. It got the tracking number on it, and I just got it last week because of the craziness of the virus affecting shipping out of Japan. Hopefully things are loosening up, but I still have right now 3 figures paid for that they have not shipped to my knowledge. The D for Real 99 and the D for Real Orga from Hobby Search. I paid for them like back in April, I think, probably sometime whenever they were coming out. I got the invoice and paid for them. They've not moved at all. And then also the Star Ace X Plus Lycan from the Underworld movies. I bought one of those. It was on Hobby Search, and it hasn't moved either. So hopefully sooner than later stuff will start shipping a little. Those 3 I know I haven't seen no movement on them, and I've paid for them. I'm just hoping that I'll get them sooner than later, but I do know I did email Hobby Search and ask them, would they hold my stuff rather than just put it in shipping limbo? I'll just wait for the EMS shipping because it's so efficient. And they said, yeah, they will hold them, but I know some people in the X Plus group said they may cancel orders. I hope they don't do that, but if they do, they do, I guess. But this figure is, like I said, X Plus 25 centimeter large monster series. I will have some size comparisons at the end. Very nice figure, very nice details on this figure. I like this Gamera has pretty decent upright stance in comparison to some of the other Gamera figures out there. So I do love that about this figure. Very nicely done. The tail, stubby, short Heisei tail that the Heisei Gamera has. Nice definition and sculpting on it. Nice plated armor on top of that tail. Pretty cool. Really nicely done. Nice definition and details on the sculpting of Gamera's skin. Nice wrinkles of the skin there, like the suit had in the movie. If you watch the movie, all these nice wrinkles are in that suit. Nice big feet. Very nicely done. Toenails, claw nails on his hand are dirty bone white, I would say, I guess, the way I would describe it. Pretty nicely done, but the sculpting of everything, all his skin texture and everything, really cool. Of course, his left hand there is clenching almost closed fist, just about. His right hand, of course, is missing. This is the RIC exclusive, of course. You can see even some nice bone there, and where his hand got blown off, you can see his bone coming out of there. But this is the RIC exclusive, and it comes with the option to replace the missing hand with this super fire hand that he had in the film when Iris blew the fire at him, shot the fire at him from his spikes. And Gamera kind of like, to me, he caught it and used it against Iris and formed a hand out of it to replace his hand he had just blown off. And that was pretty cool. But this thing is like translucent vinyl. You can see, you can see through it with the light. It's pretty nice. I don't know if you can see it on here, but you can see through that thing. Really, really cool. It's translucent. Nicely they've done that. I haven't really, of course, put it on yet. I'll probably leave him like this for a while because it really depicts a cool scene in the film. Of course, his abdomen midsection, very nice. There's the hole, and there's a lot of green blood on his midsection and stuff, depicting the scene in the film. Of course, he was impaled, and then here on the back of his shell, you can see the puncture wound coming through. A little bit of blood around it as well, but the blood is really prevalent on his midsection there. But also his shell is very nicely done. Very, very detailed, very nicely done. Overall, this figure is top-notch. Of course, we got a nice roaring open mouth version of Gamera here. Really wide open mouth. Inside the mouth is a pink, light pinkish reddish color. Very detailed, very cool. Teeth, nicely sculpted. Little teeth, just like the 99 Gamera had. And then he's got the 2 big tusks on either side of his jaw, bottom jaw sticking up. Very cool. Of course, on his head, he has a very pronounced back of his head, very pronounced fins. More than a 95 or 96. I think that's what also makes him look more fierce, is those really pronounced fins on the back of his head. Of course, like I said, very nice wide open mouth, roaring stance. His eyes are greenish in color, and the pupil is a black with a yellow, I want to say. Black and yellow. It's pretty cool. Really nice. Nice details on this figure. 25 centimeter line, everyone knows over the last few years has really stepped up. Also, like I said, this is the RIC exclusive, the hand option, and also this little pink, this represents this little pink goo. I don't know what else to call it. This represents when Gamera ripped the innards of Iris out to save the little girl. That's what this represents. It's all of Iris's ooey gooey innards. Nice little extra. When you get RIC editions and you get stuff like this, it's always better than a light up in a lot of ways. Not all light ups are bad though, but it's just cool to have something like these things in jest of a light up. But this figure is really, really cool. Really nicely done. X Plus, kudos to you on another knockout home run. I don't see nothing wrong with this figure in my opinion. He's of course smaller scale, 25 centimeter, but for his scaling, you'll see with my size comparison, he fits right in with that 25 centimeter line. But he's nicely done. Very, very nicely captured rendition of Gamera, 1999. The detail on this figure is pretty awesome. All right, I'll move on to some quick size comparisons, and let's get along to that right now. All right, everybody, I'm back. Here's my RIC exclusive 99 Gamera, 25 centimeter. Here's some size comparisons of 25 centimeter Gamera 96. 25 centimeter Godzilla 1971, and the 25 centimeter Godzilla 1999, so 99-2000. So these were basically the same time frame these two kaiju came out in the theaters. Pretty cool, must say. You can see Gamera's smaller, but I think Gamera's smaller overall than Godzilla anyway, so pretty nice scaling there, I would say, for this. It fits right in with the line. I know Iris was quite a bit taller than Gamera, seemed like, and bigger, so I'm guessing the Iris figure that's coming out sometime will be probably up here maybe, I don't know, about 2 inches taller, inch taller than Gamera. But it looks, and it's got all them tentacles. To me, it looks awful fragile, the Iris figure. I'd be worried to death if tentacles are going to be broken when I get it or break off or something. It's just, I don't have plans on getting it. Maybe down the line, but right now I don't have no plans on grabbing that figure. I think the RIC is a light up on it, and I really prefer that they should have had a baby Iris, the hatchling Iris, as a mini figure. That would have been cooler than a light up in my opinion, for that release coming up. I'm sure it'll fit perfect with this Gamera. I just have really no big desire to grab that right off the bat. Maybe it'll change. I'll probably get it maybe down the line, but right now I have no really plans on it. All right, let's do one more size comparison. Bring up my other 99s, Gamera 99s, and let's do that right now. All right, everybody, I'm back here. Can't hardly see me because of this big guy, but here is my X Plus I just got, 25 centimeter. 30 centimeter Gamera 99 from CCP, the CCP version. And the big guy, the Prime 1 Studios Gamera 1999 from last year. This was my figure, collection figure of the year from last year. I love this big old Gamera. I would say the most detailed of these three is actually this 25 centimeter as far as details. But this thing's just all inspiring, the big one. it's pretty detailed as well, and it's just very, very, very magnificent, and it's my favorite figure of Gamera that I have in my collection, pretty much. It's a big old thing. It's heavy too. Thing, solid chunk of vinyl. It is solid. But I would say, if you, out of these three, most detailed, my opinion would be this new release 25 centimeter, as far as just pure details on it. Very, very cool. But this big guy, I'll always have an infinite favorite for this Gamera right here to in my collection of all my Gameras I have, which are these three, and then several more over there. Three more, a 96, and two more older X Plus ones. Alright, I'll move on to some final thoughts on this X Plus Gamera, and let's do that right now. Alright everybody, I'm back. The X Plus 25 centimeter Gamera 1999 RIC exclusive release. Took me a couple months to get it, but it's well worth the wait. Very, very, right now, this and the Sakai 84 are the two big releases from X Plus this year, in my opinion, so far. This is a very, very good figure, though. If you are getting this and are waiting on it, you'll be really happy with it, I think. The details are pretty immaculate on it. Highly recommend, if you want this figure, try to get it now while it's new released. I'm saying down the line, probably aftermarket, it might go up a little bit, I'm sure, like they always do. But it's a really cool version of Gamera. To me, it's the most detailed version of the 99 Gamera as far as sculpting and everything that I've got in my collection. But like I said, I have a infinity for this big guy back here, and I always will. So it's my favorite Gamera in my whole collection. But this here is an immaculate portrayal of the 99 Gamera and the end of the movie, basically, with these extras that it got, and it's missing, and it's blown off right hand there. It really depicts the whole end scene of the movie rather well. Alright everyone, I will bring the camera forth to do a close-up of this guy. I want to thank everyone that always supports my channel and tunes in. This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room in Greater Cincinnati, and I hope you all have a blessed day and stay safe. I'll talk to you again soon.